Welcome to another episode of Sync and Desist.
Welcome.
Episode 183, I believe.
I lost count a long time ago. I got to rely on you.
I was on the podcast portal for, what is this? Podcaster portal or whatever that Apple has. Because I've, for whatever reason, if you listen to This Is Nonsense and you tried to find the podcast on Apple, you might notice it's on there twice. Like there are two shows. One of the shows is broken and the other is the actual show. But
what?
So I went back into the podcaster portal to try to figure it out. Then I was just trying to look through analytics and those aren't even updated. So it's like right. I can see like through all the episodes, I can only see one episode's analytics and it's not even all of them. So I went to Sync and Desist and episode 182 had just come out. And I was like, why does it say 183 episodes? I was like, wait a minute. So I went through every single episode and looked at the show notes because I don't number the episode in the title for Sync and Desist. I do that on This Is Nonsense, but not Sync and Desist.
Right. So, you're already planning for the 3 digits too.
Yeah.
And This Is Nonsense.
Yeah. So like I went through all of the show notes and because in the show notes I have episode 180 and so on. So it's like I went all the way through. Then I went to another one and I went all the way down. I was like, now this says 182. So for whatever reason on the podcaster portal, Sync and Desist has an extra episode somewhere that we did not record. I don't know what's going on. We never put out a trailer for Sync and Desist. The first thing for Sync and Desist was episode 1. Like I put out a trailer for This Is Nonsense, so people could subscribe before the first episode comes out. But it's like, so welcome to 183, I believe. I think,
How's your week been?
It's
been a week.
It's been a long week.
Because it seems like we were talking about this earlier. That there's something like every day. It was like we couldn't even be on. I wasn't even on like Facebook that much this week. I mean, I would go to it and literally I wouldn't even scroll that far, and then I would just get out of the app, and then a few hours later get back in, and then same refresh, right, and then just close. I was like, I don't even have the energy to post nothing anymore.
Yeah, because I've posted 3 things in this 1 month. Well, actually, the first of the 3 on Instagram might have been last month, but all 3 very close. And it's because I hate Instagram so much, I'm like, I could delete this at any second and be completely okay. Some of life would change, but not a lot of it would change. So I'm like, I could do it. And then I'm like, well, fuck, I get all everyone goes to my website for work to look at my portfolio. Then they go to Instagram and just DM me when you could do it on the website.
Yes.
I have it all over the website. You can book a shoot there. So I'm like, well, I'm stuck with Instagram. I might as well post. So for the first time in probably since 2012 when I started on Instagram, I posted 3 things within a week. I'm stuck with it, might as well use it. And then the algorithm changes.
It changes all the time.
As frequently as COVID changes. The algorithm mutates as fast as COVID mutates.
Yeah.
So that first post, I got a lot for what the algorithm just gives me is here's your average. And then the second is a third of that. And then what I just posted probably not even gonna do what the second one did that didn't do well.
I took a class. Did I tell you that? This was a couple years ago. I took a class on. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I did tell you.
I'm in this course. I'm like, why are you not telling me about this?
Right.
Why am I finding out now? I could have gone with you.
It's just wild because at that time, it'd be interesting to go back to that, all the different bullet points, in the material.
And see all the lies in today.
Yeah, I mean, like, it doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
Like that, because before, like, well, I've heard like you should post like frequently, like super frequently to keep that. But then also I've heard that like you should only post like every once in a while. I guess I can't figure it out. My boy.
Like every time I'm about to post, I'm like, so what is the best time to post on Thursday? And then like there's no analytics. It's like 11, maybe.
Yeah.
And at 12, your guess is as good as mine. It's like, when was this published? Right. Oh, late 2020. Might as well just not even just disregard everything you're saying here.
Mm-hmm.
I miss a good old like week when I did get like a lot of. I used to get like for a chunk on Instagram, I would get like 70 likes. Now it's like a struggle to get 40 because Instagram does not favor creators or creatives. It's all about video, and all the videos are from TikTok. Yeah. All the reels are from TikTok. So it's like, what's the point?
Yeah. It really is like, it's, I guess like for me, like this week too.
How's your week?
My week's been good. It's been good. But like I've been sort of like reflecting a little bit this week and realizing like, I know like social media is a tool, maybe that's all it is. It's not life,
Yeah.
So I've been kind of like trying to pull back a little bit on like, yeah, I do mindlessly scroll sometimes, but just not investing so much energy into it,
Yeah.
Because there's a lot more things that matter in life.
Mm-hmm. Like I'll be sitting there and like just not on my phone, like watching something, and then I'll just feel like this knee-jerk reaction, like this urge, like a phantom pain or whatever. Like, oh, let me check. I don't even like Instagram. Why would I check it?
Yeah.
So it's like you get these knee-jerk reactions, like, oh, let me check my phone, and it's like there's no notification.
There's convenient.
Nothing there. It's like this addiction. It's like I'm going through withdrawals because I'm like just trying to look at my phone less and less, just to unplug and like not even be a part of it, and it's like that quote, as soon as I try to get out, they try to pull me back in,
Right. Yeah. It's that, and it's not even just social media. I mean, it could be like anything basically. Yeah. Well, also I do, before we dive into some of that, I do want to make a point to say that I do like we got a new setup, a little new way to rig things, and hopefully you guys like it because it's sick. I do like that I get my own chair though.
Yeah, so. We're not blowing our backs out, sitting in those
blowing
stools.
Backs out.
Yeah,
what do you mean by that?
But yeah, we actually get to sit back into something and not let air be our back support.
I feel like
our lumbar support.
The older I get, the more I appreciate how like my dad, like, and he had his chair, right? He liked to sit in the chair, or he'd sit in the same spot on the couch. Like there was just that comfortable spot on the couch, where it's like kind of angle, like leaned in a little bit more because he sits there so much. So it's like that cushion's been like pushed down more. So it just like fits just right. So like my dad just growing up, he would always sit in like the same spot, watching movies, watching TV, whatever. So I guess I didn't really have a designated spot until now. I feel like I'm like, this like I like a chair. I like having a chair, honestly.
I think me feel like Brad's gonna leave with my chair.
I kind of want it. Yeah, I want to take it home.
He's like, right? I finally have my own thing. I have my own chair.
It does make you feel like a king, though. But yeah, it's the little things,
Yeah.
Some of the little,
not a good movie, but it is the little things.
But like little things, some of them matter, some of them don't. But for the things that do matter, appreciate them, I guess.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of little things that don't matter that we like hyper focus on for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Just focus your energy where it's productive, where it actually matters.
Right. And even not even just like creatively or just like with career and stuff, like the people that matter. Because I can see how like my grandma, like just growing up, like her love language was like food. It was always like cooking food. So if there's company over or if I'm over, like when I would come over, it would be like, that's like her designated time for her to like go all that. Be like, you want me to cook something? You want me to, you want to watch movies? You want to draw? You want to like have blankets? Like she would just like make it a huge event, And like I didn't really appreciate it as much as a kid. I mean, of course, I enjoyed it, but I think about it differently as an adult because I see how like she knew when to like, oh, Brad's here. Like nothing else matters right now. Like let's take care of Brad. So it's like
I like that's how she thinks. Like nothing else matters right now. Let's take care of Brad.
But like I just see it in a different light. I think it's kind of cool that like right now, like as ADD is like our generation and the younger generation is, like it's almost like you get whiplash because like
good movie.
Yeah. Also a good movie. One of my favorite movies.
Also, I said Little Things is a trash movie.
So I need to speaking of which, I need to like redo my list of, remember like when we would it be like yearly, we would think of like, or what was our like top movies of the year or what was like the worst movies of the year. I need to get back into like making lists like that. Be like, this is my top movies of all time versus this year versus worst movies of all time versus like worst movies this year. Like just to be thinking about stuff like that.
Well, I think we just got the Sync And Desist exclusive. That's Brad's new YouTube channel.
I did, yeah. Because like I want to dive into like more like entertainment kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. Like because I love it. Like here in this podcast, we talk about we do talk about social issues, but also like in your solo cast, like you got this like mind track right now too of like the social, like justice and like political things going on. Like you go hard. It's like super like in depth. Whereas like in this podcast, it's kind of like that, a little more playful, but also we do dive into some like interesting issues too. It's very like therapeutic. Yeah. So maybe with my cast, I can go like the complete opposite way and just be like,
talk about
off the wall
murder mysteries.
That could be cool too, though. No, in order to do that, I have to have my girlfriend on that podcast because like she's the murder mystery documentary queen.
She's the murderer in the family.
She's the one. She's the one that provides all the murders. Murders all around. Yeah. No,
she murders some treats.
And
then she murders some food, and then she goes out and murders some people.
So we're watching Hannibal, right? We're watching that series,
of course.
And I asked her, I said, "Do you think this man is intelligent? Like because he's committing all these murders?
I'm in love with his mind."
And she goes, "He's intelligent and he's incredibly dumb at the same time," because. Her thing is, why would you work with like the Dexter thing? Like, why would you work with the people that are trying to find you? It's like, it's incredibly smart because he knows how to cover it up well enough and then manipulate people's minds. But like,
oh, it sounds like a toxic relationship.
Yeah.
Sounds like gaslighting.
Yeah, it's total gaslighting. And that's what, yeah, because he's a psychologist. But it's like, bro, you work for the FBI as a psychologist. You used to be a surgeon, and also you feed your employees weird meats that people don't know what it is.
Like an ex-employee or a coworker of mine.
Like, dude, it adds up. Like, look inward. You're looking for someone else out there.
I said, you can't say that word. You can't say that word.
Look inward is what I'm trying to say.
Like Eminem, you'd rather say die inward instead of die outward.
That's pretty clever. I see you, M.
That's what I call him now, M.
Because I know him personally. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
He shares so much of his life. Feel like I know him.
That does happen.
This is Stan.
That does happen though. Like, I know you probably like listen to. You've been listening to like T.I. for like half your life. It'd be half your life, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, more than half. Yeah,
maybe. Yeah, probably.
So more. It's like
2/3.
You feel like you feel like you can just call him up right now and be like, "Yo, what's up?"
Yeah, that's how I feel. That's how I felt when I met him. I was like, "Oh, what's up, cuz?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but so like getting back on track, like,
oh, sorry,
I've sort of been thinking, get back to what matters, and that's exactly what I'm talking about, the things that matter.
Yeah.
No, because that's where my mind's been at. Is like I've noticed, like, you know, especially like there's been some things that have happened. A tragedy that I won't like delve into that happened kind of within my circle, and you know, kind of makes you think about like how fragile life is. Like it doesn't seem real. You know, there's a passing, I will say, and it's really like hit me hard. So sort of just been thinking about like how like I feel like I've just been distracted by a lot of things that don't matter. You know, I want to like refocus in on. I'm not talking just like career. I'm talking like, you know, people in your life. Like, you know, going back to like my grandma too, like how she knew when to prioritize time with me. And so I want to be more present with people, you know, because we're only here for a moment, you know. So it's like, and to say that like we're like a drop in the ocean or like a grain of sand, you know, on the shoreline. I know that can kind of sound like we're insignificant, you know, in the grand scheme of things. It's like, I mean, I would say that's kind of the opposite. I think it's like we're actually very vital. Like, yeah, we're a very small piece of the puzzle, but we're very vital. So like, just like, yeah, knowing when to set aside, you know, the petty stuff and prioritize, because like I know that like my life, like I haven't been the most balanced. That it like at least I see where I need improvement too, because I know there's a lot of people that they may not be aware. It's hard to change something you're not aware of, you know. So I'm aware of some of my weaknesses with like balance, you know, and like sometimes like dropping everything, you know, for something is, you know, it that leads an example, you know, leads by example. So yeah, that's kind of where my head's been at.
Yeah, like sometimes like you said, like we can be just distracted by things
very easily,
and it's like we have to be careful like what we're allowing ourselves, what we're giving our attention to, and like is it productive to ourselves? Because like there's so many distractions. Like some things we can control, others we can't. But It's like, what are you giving your attention to? And like, does that thing matter? Does it contribute value to yourself. And like so many times we've not focused on what has mattered like until it's too late. And so it's like we have to like focus on our mental health, like and we have to focus on our health like while we're not like dealing with ailments that like work on something like while it's not a problem, because like a lot of times like we don't even get our oil change until the light comes on.
Yeah.
So it's like you have to work on things now and like face them now before it turns into snowball effects into something else.
That's so true. Yeah. I realized that like I've lived my life like that, where it's like I won't do something until it's like almost too late. Like I don't know if I told you this was last week. I didn't like my car was on E and I made it to work and I was like, all right, I'll just get gas, when I leave for work. No, it was done. It was out. So so I had to go like get the gas can, fill up, come back, fill it. Like it was a pain in the ass. And it's like, why didn't I just like fill it up when, I'm always like pushing it aside, I'm just like, I'll get it, I'll get it in the morning or I'll get it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, maybe this means something, maybe it doesn't, but like a good rule of thumb that I try to follow is once you have a half a tank, that's an empty tank. Fill up. Like, don't let it get to that point, and it's like there's something to that. Like, don't, and it's something that I've had to learn, like, even just like, because we've talked about burnout so much lately. It's like, because I've hit the half a tank, and then it's like, well, let me just keep going. And then like, well, now I'm on E, I'm completely all the way burned out. And it's like, I hit the point where I should have filled up. I should have recharged, or I should have taken a break, or I should have, I should have not done that project so close to that project or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Like I'm on E and like I need roadside assistance, or I need to just like keep, get the gas can and go walk to the gas station and then come back like burned out still. And it's like, well, now I put a little bit of gas in there, but I'm still on E. I'm gonna put a gallon in, so it's like, you can either like read those signs and like adhere to those signs and like move accordingly, or you can run out of gas and go get a gallon and fill up incrementally, but that you're just still going to end up on E unless you course correct and you work on that thing now,
Yeah. I wonder if you can apply the same concept to like bank account savings or bank account, like, obviously I think the best way to save is to like
a mattress.
Put
your money in
stuff
the mattress.
it in the mattress, right? Or in the walls, right? Just don't burn your house down. No, but like treating, or I guess like I know a lot of people, how they save money is like they put it in a bank account that they can't like access very easily, or they can't like.
That sounds problematic.
Or like they just somehow they're able to like, treat it where they don't have that money. Like that's that account. I don't touch that account, But I wonder if you can kind of start to see like five, let's say you have like $500 and it's like, I don't want to see that as $500. I want to see that as like much less. So it's like, does that, like, I guess that would kind of create like a new habit, you would start seeing, your gas tank being halfway is empty, your bank account being at 500 is empty. So like, would that train you to like go? Because like, if I saw that, like just being like real, if I saw $500, I'd be like, all right, cool. You know, so I'm gonna kind of take it easy, you know, this week or something. And it's like,
okay,
but it
let
goes.
me not fuck this up.
But then I realized it's like, because I know that I have 500 in the bank account, I may dip into that a little bit too much. I'd be like, oh, okay, well, I'll just, you know, make it up with a, you know, another shift, you know, like, or yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, you don't see it the same way that you would if you trained your brain to see a different balance than what it is.
Since we're just doing these analogies,
Yeah.
we're talking about gas, we're talking about money in relation to something else completely. You know, since we're just doing analogies, one thing that I've done, I did since like I was working at Kroger. Like I started at Kroger when I was 21. I would set new floors. Like my floor is $100. I'm not allowed to go less than that. Then I reached $300 and $500, and it's like then $1,000, and it's like I'm not to allow myself to go less than that ever. You know, so it's like you have to do everything that you can. You have to check your spending. You have to check. You got to make sure you're making this amount because you have this much in rent and bills. So it's like you have to work to not go below that floor. And it's like the same with like just like levels. It's like you, as you always say, like people always say, like never stoop to their level. Like if I'm up, don't punch down.
Right.
Don't go beneath yourself.
Yes.
Punch up, because you have to reach new levels. It's like you can't go up. If you're climbing a ladder, you can't go up by going down. Unless like you're playing a video game, then you have to go up, then you go down, then you go around, you know. But like in real life, you can't go up by going down. You know, like you can't punch down because like even like in comedy, like when you punch down, you look like the bad guy. You could always come out as the bad guy because you're punching down at people that are beneath you. You know, so it's like always just set that bar and never go below that bar, and always like always just keep rising. You know,
that's tough. Yeah, because that kind of runs into like that's where the prioritizing comes into play, because it's like if you have X amount of experience and like you're presented an opportunity that looks really good, but you'd have to like, you know, their budget is way less than what you're used to getting now in your current level. You have to kind of like, all right, should I work with this person on, you know, it's like if it's something that like you're passionate about and or you like the person or whatever, you'd have to weigh all of those options. Yeah. Be like, okay, so maybe I will bump that down, but there's probably more opportunity, more scenarios where you would be like, nah, like I'm not sacrificing my current level. It's like I'm here, I'm not there, you know?
Yeah.
So
yeah, like it kind of like just speaks to like what you're just saying is like recently someone came to me like with an opportunity, and it's like where I am, I want to go to the next level, and what the opportunity was kind of like it's on the same level of what the same stuff that I've been doing, and it's like you can't get to that next level by doing the same thing. Like yeah, you can get to like new opportunities and new levels by doing the same thing, but it's like not always. Like you can't.
Well,
I don't know. Like you if you can always do the same thing, and get somewhere, but you'll never see growth in that.
Yeah.
You'll grow to a certain point, and then like you're just doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And then like you can't get to that next level if you don't try something new. If you don't incorporate something new to that process, then you're just gonna keep getting the exact same thing.
Yeah.
So it's like I could do this which was out of like my range, is like I'm not walking back my price, because I've done all of this before and like for years, and it's like I'm not just gonna walk back my price. Like it's just an opportunity to make a few dollars, and I have to leave that on the table. It's like I'm trying to like go to the next level, and I can't do that by doing the old shit that I've always been doing. So it's like I'm just trying to get to the next level and step everything up, and you can't step up by backing down. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, I know it does make sense, because like if you're doing the same thing over and over again, you may not be actually leveling up. You would just be expanding like the current level that you're on. But think about it this way, like going back to like finances too. It's like if let's say you're charging the same price like forever, you're gonna get a lot of people, but do you want to get like a lot of people and you make X amount of money, but then when you're up and let's say
stuck,
if you're up and it's stuck, then like you don't have to make that same X amount of dollars doing like with 4 clients. You could do it in 2, which is less stress, it actually is less, it might be less work, in that you're not putting your eggs in too many baskets for too many clients, right? But you're able to like hone in on those specific projects and take more care with them too, because less clients, but the same or more money than you were making, less stress, more time to work on it. Also, and you can improve your craft easier that way too, because you're not rushing.
Because like incrementally, if you're just working incrementally, then it's just gonna be more burnout. You're gonna burn out faster if you're just doing the same thing just 10 times to get to point A to point X or whatever. But if you can do less and put the same energy into it, but it's just fewer projects, you'll still get to point X, and you'll get to point X faster. So like I've been working incrementally when I should be working, smarter.
Yeah, it is the smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
I know it's an overused statement, but it's true.
And that's like the next level, is because I want to start doing more full productions rather than these smaller things that like pay less. I want to, because how can I get to making $1 million budget movie if I'm doing, $100 projects? And like, how can I like ever build up to that if I want to finance it myself? So like maybe that makes absolutely no sense, but it's like that it's just a mentality thing. It's like you have to switch your mentality when you want to go to the next level, because you can't get to new levels with an old mentality. So like you have to change your way of thinking, to get to that next level.
Right.
So like I want to do more full projects where I have a crew, and where like it's not just me doing everything. I'm showing up to set, I'm being the director, the assistant director, the assistant camera, the camera operator. I'm doing everything. I'm building the camera on set, and it's like and then the client's like, well, you ready for the next take? Like, no, I'm not. I'm clearly in the middle of something right now. So it's like, I'd rather have productions where I do have like maybe one or two other crew members on board, and it's like I can put money in their pockets as well, because like it's a bigger budget, so it can go a lot further, rather than doing, well, I can do this for X amount of money, and then like I have to do like 5 more of those to pay rent. But it's like, it's work. Like,
Yeah.
no, like you've ran, now you can start to walk and like change the pace. It's not like you're working less. It's like now you can, start doing, what you wanted to be doing. Like you go to that next level.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just rambling, and maybe I'm just like, just let it all just flow out. Maybe it makes no sense, but like it's just all in a mentality. Like you cannot get to that next level by an old way of thinking, because that old way of thinking has only gotten you so far. When you want to get to that next level, you have to change your approach, to get to that next level. Like, and everything that we've talked about today has been, you have to change your approach. Like you have to look at things a little differently. You have to set a new bar. You have to, look at this as less than that, even if it's just tricking your mind into pursuing even more.
Yeah.
Like if you have to trick yourself into saying that $500 is really like not non-existent.
Yeah.
You
have to make your mind your bitch, really.
Yeah.
Like, because too many people, I think, like their own thoughts, like run their life. Like their brain runs their life. It's not the other way around. It's like, no, like you have more control over your own thoughts than you think you do, So I know it's easy to kind of slip into that, like your emotions or your current way of thinking basically just, it creates habits, right? And it's hard to break out of those habits.
Yeah.
But like, believe me, you do have control over that. You can change that, even if it's step by step, That's why a lot of the addiction, like courses, they always say a 12-step program. It's like, it's 12 steps. That's a lot of steps, but it's like, there's a reason. It's because they're very small, It is so, ascending to that level for some people might be harder than other people, but you can still ascend to that level.
Yeah.
It's not impossible at all. But yeah, so you have to want it, you have to retrain your brain, That's why like some people, they carry like the bands, like the rubber bands, like on their wrist. It's like, yeah, you got that. Yeah. No, there's a psychology to it. It's like if you think like a negative thought about yourself, or that like, I don't think I could do this or something like that, that some people like will snap the band there on the wrist to associate a pain with the thought. So that's kind of a way to like retrain your brain to like not think that way.
Yeah. Mine's more of a bankroll type of situation.
I didn't know if I was like, I didn't know if you read up on this, because some people
like,
do that stuff.
I saw Honey Boy.
Yeah.
No, but
what a great movie. I love that movie.
No, like I wear the rubber bands because
bands.
Rubber band,
I'll make
man.
it dance.
And then nope. Because Rubber Band Man, as well as I wear 2 now because Nipsey Hussle, which we were talking about like off before we started recording, but like he has a song called Double Up, so I wear 2 rubber bands. 2 TIs are better than 1.
2 Jordans are better than 1.
If you have 1 Jordan, then you probably stole it.
Probably gonna say pairs, but yeah.
You probably just went into Foot Locker or wherever.
Remember when Rick Ross
took it
said
off of
pairs?
The floor and ran out the door.
Rick Ross said pairs, and it became a vine. You remember that?
A pear from the vine.
No. No, he said, I like pears. And it just became this meme. It was weird. But anyways.
I don't remember. I would remember if someone was making a black man look ignorant. No.
I ain't going to comment on that. So
no comment.
Rob, no comment. I don't,
Nah, but stop coming for my rappers, y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all should come for T.I. He not having it. Y'all coming for Rick Ross for his thighs and him definitely running the Wingstop Twitter, hitting on the girls on Twitter. And y'all coming after him for all kinds of stuff.
Stop doing it. Stop trying to cancel people.
Rick Ross is... I don't think anyone could like successfully cancel Rick Ross. He just keeps coming back.
Yeah. Rappers are definitely, it's been the hardest to probably, like, anytime that like I hear like rumblings of like canceling a rapper, they come out with a new song or a new album like a few months later, and then it's like, I've heard nothing. And then it's like it comes back again, but then they still keep putting like it,
Like, look at the Tory Lanez Megan Thee Stallion situation. Everyone's done boycotting Tory Lanez. Nothing's happened in the case. Everyone's just done boycotting him. It's like, look, man.
Yeah, he just got a new song with someone else that just came out too. It was like, I see all the love for it and all that in the comments. I was like, I guess he didn't.
Maybe y'all don't stand for nothing.
Yeah.
This man might have shot a woman point blank range in the foot and hit not a single bone or anything.
Yeah.
And the foot has the most bones in the body in that one limb. He ain't hit a single bone. On both sides, it looks very suspicious. I don't listen to neither of them. Just wait this thing out.
That's the motto right now for me. Is just I'm just waiting to see things through, see it out, wait it out.
Yeah,
that's been my motto. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see if it sticks or if it just falls off.
Look, Lucy K is gone. He tried to come back.
He did try to come back.
But he is gone.
They were like, no, back you go.
They killed Louis C.K. He's not alive anymore. He keeps trying to come back. They killed Chris D'Elia. He's like, I'm back.
I'm announcing it.
I'm back. I'm exonerated. I exonerate me.
I'm back.
Yeah. Yeah, like, yeah.
It's like whack-a-mole.
Have you ever successfully won whack-a-mole?
Can you successfully win whack-a-mole? Like, you get like points, right? But like,
That's not like a mafia game, whack-a-mole.
Yeah. It really does. As an Italian, I can agree with that.
Can't confirm.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but I think we did the thing. Think we did the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully this new setup worked. Brad's had consistent lighting this whole time.
I'm good.
It started raining, and I'm dark, but I got a little light. I had to go down on the aperture.
It's gonna turn into a DC movie, bro. It's gonna turn into a DC movie.
This side-by-side comparison is gonna be Marvel and DC. It's gonna be Joss Whedon cut, Snyder cut.
No, you're about to be Matt Reeves' Batman right there. That movie looks dark from that teaser trailer. Dark.
supposed to come out on my birthday this year, but fuck me. It's like I'm the meme of that old man. I guess I'll die then.
Yes, it's one of the best memes too.
Now, Brad, where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Brad Pallone, and you can find me on Twitter at Brad_Pallone. And you can find my photography at Ghost Proof Photography on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And you can also find my music on all streaming platforms and purchasing platforms at Battle of Heart and Mind. And you, Rob?
You can find me at Robert DXN on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. And you can find This Is Nonsense wherever you listen to podcasts on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. New episodes every Thursday. So please rate, review, subscribe, and share. But one of the things that we were kind of like hinting at, and as well as like definitely talked about before we started recording, is kind of, you know, the podcast is a video podcast. The video podcast of This Is Nonsense is going to take the back seat for a while. I'm just going to focus on the audio side of things while I can like course correct behind the scenes as well as and get the podcast to where I want it to be.
Right.
And then I will bring back the video podcast. Like, it's not gone. I'm just, you know,
a little hiatus on the video side. Right?
Yeah, as well as like with other things, like it's very time consuming, and I have like other projects, and like the work has to kind of like take precedent, and I don't want to, you know, the podcast to like be like inconsistent because of like I gotta pay my bills, you know. But yeah, so like it's very time consuming, and it's not the most sustainable, like with wanting to take things to, you know, bigger productions, you know, that's going to take more time as well. So it's like, it's a number of things, but yeah. So I said, I gave my little explanation on that podcast. I'll give it on this one because I know there's some crossover between the two podcasts, but yeah, please do subscribe to This Is Nonsense wherever you listen to podcasts. But you can find Sync and Desist at Sync and Desist on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel where the video podcast is there as well. And yeah, you can find Sync and Desist wherever you listen to podcasts. So please rate, review, subscribe, and share. We release new episodes every Tuesday. And hopefully this new setup works. I'm probably going to have to throw another light into the mix. But yeah, hopefully y'all enjoy this as well. I've been wanting to, you know, switch up the setup because I hate the walls in this room. I hate the walls in this room. It makes it real hard to color correct. But as well as having like a yellow poster on an off-white wall. It makes it very difficult. But that's inside baseball y'all don't even need to know about. But yeah, we'll catch you next week.
Later.